Hey Mark, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out and spoke with Lisa on Tuesday. Promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and quick. Just want to show you a couple of tips that you can do to, increase your sales online and really build up that online customer base. So, with that, let me get started. Looking through your site, it's really well put together. It looks great. You know, it's kind of like a Porsche without uh without an engine. So even though it looks great and it's not really doing much in terms of working for you. And there's three tips that I have that I think will really help in building you guys up and getting you that increase in traffic on from your online presence. So the first going through is that you have your phone number here at top, free estimates, your socials, your badges, which are great. The image up here is great. You have a lot of good things going on. You know, uh, Proud to offer discounts to these service providers. That's fantastic. Really good images throughout, but there's not a ton of content here. And content is really important for two reasons. The first is so that you can be found for keywords, right? And you are being found for quite a few keywords, most of them having to do with your name, right? If you can see, you are ranking in the top 5 pretty much, or the top 10 when it comes to your name. But when it comes to like buyer intent keywords, so like keywords that people would search for if they're looking for just some random roofer that they didn't know, like roofing Central Florida. You guys are too far down to get any traffic. You're on the 31st, the 31st spot, which is the top of the fourth page. And some of these things, roofing companies Orlando, you're on the top of the ninth page. You're just not really high enough. And I did do quite a extensive search here in Orlando. I found 11,000 searches a month for roofing of some sort, right? And this roofing Orlando's is a great keyword, roofing companies Orlando, because a lot of times when people search that, that is what they'll search when they're looking for a roofing company. And there's quite a bit of volume here, so if I wanted to rank for that, I would have that as a heading. I would have that through somewhere in a couple places in your text. I would even save an image as that. So instead of this being saved as protect your home, it would be saved as roofing companies Orlando. And it just allows you to rank faster and more efficiently if you have those keywords verbatim throughout your site. So content is really super important, and that would be my first tip, making sure you have those buyer intent keywords, as headings, as saved as photos, and throughout the site. My second tip would just be to really build and grow this Google business profile. So, for some reason, it has you going all the way to Chicago. Not sure if that's your search radius or your service radius or not, but typically you really you want to really build and grow this because it is a really good way to attract traffic. And when someone's searching for roofing companies Orlando, for instance, everybody searches differently, right? Some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to run these local business ads and these Google ads right here. You get above the fold, and people will click on whatever they see and go there. Some people like to come down to these top 3 Google business profiles, and these can pull up to 40% of the traffic. So on this particular keyword where there's 600 searches, you got to think at least about 240 are going to these top 3. And then obviously the organics, can pull a lot of traffic too. So you really want to put yourself in a position to get people from different avenues and get every type of person that's searching. So, ranking here in this map pack is pretty important. How you would go about doing that is, there's a lot of different ways, but one important thing to do is to add reviews, and there are quite a few ways to add reviews. You can email at the end of a job CRM, email a review form, say, hey, please, could you send us a review? You could purchase reviews online. There are companies such as ours and many other companies that will, that you can purchase reviews from, 5-star reviews. We typically don't recommend that just because you really want to get them as organically if possible. The most effective way we found to get reviews are to get a QR code. You hook it to your Google review form, you print that off, you laminate it, you give it to your installers, and at the end of a job, they can, give it to the property owner, and within a matter of seconds or a minute, that person can scan it, give you a review, and it update and populate quickly and almost in real time. So, there's a lot of ways in which to build up these reviews, and they're pretty important because they show Google that you're doing good work and that people trust you. You want this information pretty consistent throughout the web. One thing that we notice that gets changed a lot is hours, and Google wants to make sure that everybody who's searching and finds you gets the same accurate information. They don't want a different phone number or different hours. They want everything to be the same. And so making sure that all that information is pretty consistent throughout the web, very important. And last but not least, you want to save photos that are saved as keywords and geotags. So if I'm wanting to rank for Roofing Companies Orlando, I would save an image as that, and I might, tag this location here, for instance, and Google will feel that you did a roof or a service in that industry or in that location. And it's just a good way of showing Google where you've done work, and giving them an idea of kind of your reach and how far you go. Last but not least, and this is kind of what I'm talking about in terms of like you have a nice car, but with no engine. These referring domains and backlinks are really what give your site strength, and this is what you want to build up and grow. And typically, you want to be 20s, 30s, 40s with a roofing company, and you'd like to be a 1-to-1 ratio. A referring domain is just a website that sends a link, and you really want these do follow links, which are ones that send power and increases these. Okay, and just to show you what that looks like in your competition, this is Gold Key Roofing. As you can see here, 37 and 16, not quite a 1-to-1 ratio, but pretty strong. They have 145 do follow links and 218 referring domains. They're ranking the top 100 in almost 500 keywords, and they're getting 1,300 clicks a month. So, obviously you want to build up to this, but this is something that you can get to. It just takes a little bit of time and work, but you really want to build and grow so that you can get some of that traffic. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments. We would love your feedback. My contact information is in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar. Myself or my business partner Jackie would love to get in touch with you at whatever time works for you. Just fill it out, and one of us will give you a call at the time you choose. So, with that, have a great day, and God bless.